Hello, everyone. Before the episode starts, I just wanted to explain. This is an episode from December 2019 featuring some people that I think are hilarious, Paul Rust and Michael Cassady. I selected this one because not only are they hilarious all the time, but I remember there was some intense discussion of eggnog, which, as you know, has been on my mind because I'm shocked at how many people are anti-nog. In fact, I have been, I don't know if you're aware, there's a new feature on Instagram where you can leave a little note. It's almost like a little status thing. And I put pro-nog, and then someone near me on the screen put anti-nog. And I talked to her, and she did it in response to me. And then I said something else about nog, and she said something. I found my shadow, my nog shadow. Anyway, excuse me. Little holiday phlegm happening. Please enjoy this episode. I love you. You are the best. Here we go.
And now, live from the Pod Cabin in Burbank, California, it's Thursday on the Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show. Tonight, Allison welcomes her guest. He's an actor, comedian, and the pianist/vocalist for the band Don't Stop or We'll Die. It's Michael Cassady. And he's a writer, comedian, star of one of the best shows on Netflix, and the bass guy/vocals guy for Don't Stop or We'll Die. It's Paul Rust. And ladies, if you're looking for a good charity this Christmas season, Tone Zone is accepting donations for his sad and horny Christmas drive. I'm her husband, Daniel, saying hop on board Love Bus, Sail, and your best friend, Allison Rosen.
Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Allison, with her good times never end. Allison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little Bush to Noels. Welcome to another exciting Thursday show. That particular Christmassy carbohydrate was sent in by Hillary Greenwald on Patreon. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen is where you go for behind the scenes content, videos, bonus episodes, submitting carbs, submitting questions for the guests, etc. I am very excited because I have two people and my husband and Tony.
This is kind of a big deal.
In the Pod Cabin.
Yeah, kind of a big deal.
It's Paul Rust and Michael Cassady of Don't Stop or We'll Die. Now, this is Paul Rust's second time on. I had him on a one-on-one Monday show, and he was a fan favorite and an Allison Rosen favorite. And now he's back, and he didn't bring him, and we brought his bandmate and his other bandmate, Tony. They're all here, plus Daniel. Hello, everyone.
Oh, my God. Maybe we should make Daniel part of the band.
Oh, man. Yeah. I've got stars in my eyes, guys.
Hello, and welcome.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for having
Yeah, thank you very much for having us. Don't Stop or We'll Die. Yeah, Tony plays on our new album, and he's been playing with us live for how long now?
Man, it's already been over 2. Are we coming up on 3, maybe?
Yeah,
I think we are.
I was going to say 2+, so that basically is 3.
Has it gone by fast? Because Tony has been producing for me now for a year, and it doesn't feel like it. What happens with Tony and time?
Well, he keeps time on the drums, and the time flies in life.
Oh, that's interesting.
And and time is a construct.
That's right. Well, what if there was a Twilight Zone episode where Tony accidentally breaks his drumsticks, and then everything goes out of whack.
Yeah, and then everything falls apart. Everyone's life falls apart.
He's not keeping the time.
Right? Yeah. Burgess Meredith plays the drums.
Right.
Burgess Meredith plays the drums.
All he wants is time to play drums. And then his sticks are broken.
Oh, no. So
Tony,
tragic.
have you broken any sticks? Any?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of sticks. Yeah.
Maybe that's what's happening.
Yeah.
But time does fly with Tony, if that's what, I mean, we're...
that was my semi-sincere question, actually.
Yeah.
Time flies with Tony.
Time flies with Tony.
Yep.
TFWT.
It's the tone zone, time zone.
Ooh.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eastern, Western, Central, and
Tone.
yes,
And tone.
So you guys have an EP, yes, coming
Yes.
out. It will have just come out when this episode goes up. And
Yeah.
what is it called?
Diamond skies over Western dreams.
Yes.
Paul, are you having trouble remembering? Because Michael gave you a pointed look and then said it in a pretty slow fashion.
It wasn't a pointed look. I was looking away from you, but we were kind of reminding each other what the name of it was.
Did you just come up with it?
Each
Yeah, we have
letter.
we have to quickly call the record company. There's no record company.
Because Mike and I have been friends for nearly 20 years, so now he can just do like Morse code eyelid flashes that are very fast that I can intercept.
One of the most valuable parts of a long friendship is you get this eye language that you can communicate in.
Yeah,
It
people
comes in
usually
so handy.
Yeah, usually people say shorthand, but
But it will be out. Yeah, the album will be out by the time this is out.
yes,
The songs will could be in your ears. You listen to this, listen to the whole episode. Make sure you're caught up on this podcast.
Yeah, and
sure
if
you're
you've
caught
missed
up
any
on
other episodes of this podcast, listen to them first.
and all the
Those two.
Childish,
yeah,
Bizarre
Childish-
albums,
Yeah, make sure that
Yep.
and
Gorley
then-
and Rust.
And after that,
any
get your ass over to that EP.
yes, most definitely.
Get your pretty little buns over to that EP.
Diamond skies over.
Western
Western
Dreams.
Dreams.
No,
So that has like a, is this got sort of a Western twangy vibe to it, this one? Or is that just the.
Well, and I also think we thought it sounded very self-important, and we thought that was funny too.
I like that.
Yes, yeah, to think,
Yeah,
that
a
we
little
were being
righteous.
so poetic. It's very funny.
can we
to
go
us. Yes.
back to the eye language for a moment?
Yes.
Do you have this eye language with your spouses as well? Because I would like to think that Daniel and I have it. However, it's always like a pretty big disappointment for each of us when the other one doesn't realize what we were
I
trying
always
to communicate.
think that, we totally just communicated there and then find out later there we missed it completely.
Yeah.
I don't have it with mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
why? What's going on?
Sorry, that's been that's how I deal with it lately. I'm really getting great joy
You
out
mean
of
to
trying
tell-
to make friends uncomfortable by making
You
jokes
mean
like
to
that.
tell us that those conversations weren't done in silence, completely with blinks alone?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's how I knew.
I think with a spouse or any relationship, you probably establish some sort of. I was giving you crazy eyes in that moment. Like either.
Why did you say that? That wasn't necessary to say. Didn't you see me?
Yeah. Or the person we're talking to right now is crazy. So how do we get out of this? You know,
I'll try to communicate that. Like there'll be those times when maybe you don't want something said or you want something to be, I'm going to say something that's not true on purpose and I'll give her that look and then she'll always say, but that's not right. Like completely misses the look every time.
That's very funny.
She's too honest.
I think Mike and I definitely, in all truth be told, certainly must have more of a shorthand knowing each other as long as we have versus me meeting, the guy who made Gumby. What? I mean, he's dead, but if tomorrow I met the guy,
Right.
we'd have one day. I just met him.
Yeah.
It compare nothing to.
Do you imagine that he might be a kindred spirit though?
No, not in the way Mike is.
This comparison comes up quite a bit, me and this Gumby guy.
I imagine.
Yeah, I'm kind of always
Only
going
for
toe to
me.
toe with this guy.
So I have a lot of things to say to the listeners, then I'll loop you guys back in. I just have a little biz to take care of.
Sure.
Love it.
I will be doing a couple of live shows, and then I'll be a guest on another live show. So really 3 live shows up at San Francisco Sketch Fest. I will be doing Alice from Rosen's Your Best Friend live on January 26th at 1 p.m. at the Gateway Theater. Exciting guests to be announced. And the big secret, which I've been hinting at on this show, and I've just revealed, is that my old band, the Angoras, will be reuniting for the first time ever in a million years to be the musical guest at the show. So go get tickets to that, sfsketchfest.com. Also, I will be doing Childish with Greg Fitzsimmons. And I don't know if I can announce the guest yet, so I'm not going to. But just come out to see us the day before, January 25th, also at the Gateway Theater, sfsketchfest.com. And I will be a guest on Let's Go Otsko, which is a fun game show style show. And I might be doing other stuff while I'm there. So just come up, make a whole weekend of it. Are you guys going to be at Sketchfest? No, you're going to be opening for Motion City Soundtrack.
That's right.
That's true.
Over that similar weekend.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's the Friday. I think it's that Friday.
Oh, what
Whatever
a busy
that,
weekend
yeah.
for us all, busy bees.
We are seriously.
Buzz.
But no, Sketchfest is a grand old time, and I think the last time I was on your podcast, we talked about the Angoras. So that's
we did?
It's a full circle thing now.
It's truly come full circle. It's
That's very exciting. You got a reunion coming.
Daniel said it. He was like,
That's a good
do you
idea.
think there's any way? Because I was trying to figure out who my musical guest was going to be, and then
you were trying to top last year's
2 years
Allison,
ago,
or 2 years ago,
I
she
hired
performed a dance.
I wanted. Was this what we talked about when you were on? Is my
Yes.
concerns about how to translate a podcast to a live audience? Because I feel like people listen for the intimacy and the silliness and blah blah blah. But then live, I feel like, what if that's not enough? And everyone's always, I'm repeating myself, right?
No.
I'm celebrating my old conversation. And then everyone's like, they just want to see the show. Just do your show. And I'm like, yes, or I could hire a choreographer off Thumbtack and do and perform, which is what I did. And it was good because I'm like, okay, now I've gotten the over the top thing off my plate. I feel like I did some razzle dazzle and now I can just interview my guest. But I felt like, how am I going to top it? Am I going to hire a choreographer again? And then Daniel said, what if the Angoras could play? And I said, that's crazy. And then I thought, but it just might work.
Yeah.
So I emailed them.
Crazy like a fox.
Yeah, and they're all on board. We're all traveling in from various
boy.
locations on the West Coast. Well, they're in Seattle and Portland and Orange
was
County.
We're going to keep their locations secret as
That's
they
right.
demanded.
That's right.
I
yes.
was imagining like a true like getting the band back together montage where one comes out of like an igloo.
Right.
And is, like, oh boy, they're really going on.
Oh, we could do like a
that's so
video
much,
package.
That's
to
so much
open
better.
the-
Okay, one will come out of an igloo.
Yeah. One's been living in the woods
Right. Like
Yeah, and you just see the subtitles.
and comes out in like wearing pelts and stuff with no clothes.
Right.
One's been an assistant to a high-powered fashion designer and quits to go
Oh,
do the
yeah.
reunion.
They
Yes.
sell
Yes, just
out.
hands like a stack of clothes, pushes them back on, and then
Yeah.
is driving with a lot of coffee cups in the car. And then the other one is in space.
Yep. They come back from space.
Yeah.
Where
Perfect.
they taught Martians how to play a guitar.
I would also like to remind everyone that it is. There's still time when you hear this. Send in your picks for our listener faves episode. Let us know which episode, time code, or where it was in the episode.
Do Allison's work for her.
This is
This
the do
is
my
fun.
work. And Tony's.
And
yeah.
Tony's.
It's Dave Huntsberger's idea. He was like, have you ever done this? Because with Professor Blastoff, we used to do this. And then I said, really? People were game for sending all the metadata on the episodes? And he said, yeah. And so far, they have been trickling in. People are passionate about doing our work for us, and I'm passionate about letting them. So again, listener picks faves episode coming up. Send us favorite moments of 2019 to ariynbfshow@gmail.com. Include the time code and a little description of what it is you're sending in which episode. Thank you. I love you. Okay. Now we can return back to the matter at hand.
Your listeners haven't met a data they didn't like.
They have not. That's good.
Paul, I wish everyone could see Paul's face. He looks so proud.
Like a 3-year-old learning to shit into a toilet. Like coming up and be like, "Eee, look what I did."
It's kind of hot in here, right?
I would,
Is
I
anyone
would
else? Okay.
say it feels like the fiery pits of hell right now.
Well, you're right.
You
in
get
the
a big
blast zone.
sweater.
Yeah.
Well, this is monumental because usually Tony feels that it's the
Quite the
the
opposite.
Yes,
Well, in
it's
the summertime.
icy
You know,
blast of
Heaven?
the Arctic of heaven.
what I like about when you said it's getting hot in here, that entered the like realm of things that people say that has a
Song.
An
Yeah,
answer,
like-
a response.
yeah, or like when we were kids, it would be like somebody going to the phone and picking it up and dialing, and you go, "Who are you going to call?" And it'd be like Ghostbusters. And you'd be
Yeah.
all like, ah.
Similarly, like a tastes great, less filling thing used to break out at my high school.
as like a
Call and response.
yes, yeah.
People used to do that. I forgot. And they would yell, "Tastes great," and then they go, "Let us
Yeah.
know."
I
So
prefer
much fun.
Ghostbusters.
Madison Avenue at work.
They got us. And I've never stopped drinking what, Miller?
Yeah,
I think it was Budweiser.
Dreaming about Bob Euchre, his butt. I was gonna go.
So, Daniel and I just got back from Hawaii.
We did.
Yeah,
You can't tell.
Wait, did we just go back again?
I feel like I'm there.
Hold on, I thought we traveled back to LA, but
It's me, guys. It was just Cassidy's mouth.
what?
Gotcha.
Oh man.
I have some thoughts on vacation. I'd like to get your thoughts on them. So this story is going to take a little bit of a detour. Here we go. For a little while. Thank you. Oh, was that your mouth again?
Yeah.
or were we back in Hawaii? For a little while, Daniel and I worked out with this personal trainer. Despite our just rock hard, crazy ab physique, we're not really personal trainer people, but for a brief moment of time a few years ago, we were. At one point, he left for a week to go on vacation up north, and he came back, and I said, "How was it?" And he said, "It was amazing. Loved every single minute of it." And I thought, I would like to have a vacation like that. Like, my vacations are never, not that I vacate all the time, but mine are, I don't think I've ever experienced anything in my life where I've loved every minute of it. And then a year ago, we went to Hawaii for Thanksgiving. I had the best time. I loved every minute of it.
Whoa.
I truly became one of those people. I loved every minute of it. I was happy for a number of days in a row. Out of character for me. So this year,
So we're going to do it again.
I thought,
same trip.
we've got to do the same trip again.
Try to recapture that.
Yeah, our lives are different. I was pregnant then, not pregnant now, and now we have 2 kids. We had 1 then. The plane was with Elliot was awful last time, but I had a sense that it was going to be better this time. He was a dream on the plane. It was all really good. And I have to just ringingly endorse the Grand Hyatt Kauai as a wonderful place to stay. Great with kids. Loved every minute of that. That being said, it was a nice trip, but I found that there were days where I was melancholy and I felt like, oh, we should be doing, there's all this stuff we should be doing. We're spending too much time in the room. We're not doing this. I just couldn't recapture that ecstasy or, carefree feeling that I had the year before. And instead I was like, oh, my depression has followed me here. And now I actually feel like a real asshole being depressed in a place that's so beautiful. And I texted my sister and she's like, yeah, depression goes where you go. It wasn't as sassy as I made it sound, but which is like a lesson that I shouldn't, as someone who's, not that had, I don't know, somewhat has depression on and off, not super severe, but yes, have it. I should realize that. So it's ridiculous that I'm surprised every time, but why am I depressed? There's chickens here. But anyway, no, but I mean, these are beautiful fucking chickens. You have no idea. So anyway, yeah, it was a little bit of a coming back to earth. Oh yeah, this is the me I know. Not fully able to appreciate a wonderful thing, moments of appreciating it, but in general, just feeling like, oh, I wish I were happier.
The woman I fell in love with.
I'm not trying to paint it to be a bad trip because it was a really wonderful trip. It was just a little more.
I hear you on that.
Yeah.
I have a lot of experiences like depression enters my life in the same way, where you have experiences that are, you feel like you're supposed to be happy about it and you're not, and you compound that by going man, now I'm in Hawaii being sad. That's not, I need to be grateful and go and have a good time.
And then you kind of beat up yourself.
Yeah, it's just we are very, very good at finding ways to flog ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
There's no end to it. But so the first time that you went, was that the first time that you'd ever been to Hawaii?
No. No. I had been a couple times before.
Uh-huh.
Did you same island both?
No, this
both
is our
years?
first time on Kauai.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you also stumbling on that magic formula. It's just that's what was great about that trip. That's just you'll chase it forever, probably.
Yeah.
But it's okay to chase it and if that's an A+, B+, those are good.
Right.
A minuses, you'll get a couple of those.
And it's a very human instinct. I mean, it's why the world of sequels exists, right? It's like people just being like, I want to get back to that lightning in a bottle that I felt. And you're just like, okay, part 2 is pretty good.
What about you guys when you travel or when you go on vacation? Are you able to love every minute of it?
That's tricky. Well, with kids too, that's a lot. Because I travel with I have 2 kids, and it's like it's a whole deal.
Yeah.
So that if you can successfully compartmentalize that family wise or couple wise or however whatever, then I think that's the key to it. Because let's just accept that this might be bad. And if it isn't bad, that's great. Then okay, that's like a victory. But let's just assume that the flights are going to be heinous, and then you're off the hook for like feeling bad about it. Like it's going to be bad. That's fine. Then it might not be. That'd be cool.
Right.
It totally happens.
Yeah, maybe because it was so good last time, you had this expectation.
I think there was no way it
trying
could
to
live
match
up
it.
to
Yeah.
it.
I also think that people, when they go, I loved every minute of it, like, might also be really good at just pushing
Telling
away bad
themselves-
feelings.
Yeah.
So that, how do I put it? Like, compartmentalizing negativity and just try, like, there's an effort placed in being positive that might not be fully 100% authentic.
I think that's
But that's just
possible.
me maybe being cynical. I don't know.
No, I think that too. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Because, like, who enjoys every fucking minute of anything?
No.
Yeah, they're probably pushing some other things down. I mean, for me, for vacations, I don't think we've gone on a vacation with our child yet. Really, like
Very human sounding.
my child is not filled with wires like me.
Wait.
But whenever I would, my wife and I would travel, it was like enjoying. It was so nice, finding somebody else who wanted to not go out. It was okay, like staying in a hotel room and not and ordering a room service. So, like going to Hawaii and not like having to go on a bike riding trip is great. But now with a kid, I'm sort of like, those are just shitty parents.
Yeah.
Hey, we went to Hawaii. I want to go out. We're sitting inside and watching cable TV.
Mama's eating her fries.
That's what I say about myself.
You call yourself
About
mama on
yourself,
vacation.
yeah.
In Hawaii, I call myself mama.
That's the vacation persona.
There was a little bit of pressure to figure out things to do, but we brought my mom and kind of put her to work. So that was
That's nice.
yeah.
Yeah. I've been to Kauai, and I've been at that Hyatt.
Oh yeah? What'd you
Yeah.
think of it?
I liked it a lot. And when we were on the beach, behind us was rocker Ozzy Osbourne and his family.
Oh wow.
Right.
Yeah.
When was
Original
this?
reality family at
Yeah.
Osbourne.
This was like 3 years ago, and to see him out on a beach,
Oh, wow.
it's like seeing a bat in the daytime.
Was he wearing, like, what was he wearing?
It was all black, a black T-shirt and black shorts, though. Like he was.
Wait, he was on the
typical-
beach?
Yeah. Well, he was, under a thing, and then would like occasionally stand up, and everybody looks.
That's so weird.
The other thing I remember from that was, sometimes when you can tell a kid is repeating something their parents said to their friends.
I
to
noticed
their
that all the
peers.
time.
Yeah, it's like the best. And this kid was like, there's a jug of cucumber water next to the pool. And he said to his friends, he was like 8. He said to his friends, he was like, you guys should have some of this cucumber water. It's very refreshing.
Right.
Tonight, Elliot grabbed a little book and laid down on the floor and said, I'm going to relax.
Oh,
That's great.
After a long day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they relax.
He also says, "Yook at me," or "Yook at this."
That's
Pretty cute. But like, what's he taking a load off from?
Yeah. What did you even do, man?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
relax, is what he said.
Long
I'm
day
yaxing.
playing.
Yeah, but that's something that I think he must have heard. I think he probably heard Daniel, your mom, saying it.
Oh, or me. I mean, he's got old parents, so there's a lot of elaxing happening.
I have thought in the mind frame of it'd be very tiring as a 2-year-old or as any child to have to be kind of pulled around all day. And like strapped into things,
Lifted up and
lifted
shoved.
it. I just if that was happening to me, by the end of the day, I'd be like, "Oh, guys, come on!" It's like
by some creature like 5 times your size, just fucking flinging you around
and sort of
wiping your butt.
without sort of asking, just kind of like pulling off my pants and like wiping the waste from my body. I'd be like, "Hey!"
But if you could have that for one day, you'd choose it, right? Of course, yeah.
Well, that's the irony. Well, little kids don't want to be in a stroller. I would love to be pushed around.
Right, that's true. Yes, that we don't appreciate what they have. It's what they should go even younger with, like a vice versa Freaky Friday situation.
Yes.
Like a toddler.
Even older and even younger. So like an 30-year-old and
30, yeah, an 8-year-old and a 3-month-old.
yeah,
Benjamin Button.
it's a completely
Freaky Friday.
silent movie. Or a 2-year-old and a 90-year-old dying man
There's
trade
no
bodies.
difference. No difference whatsoever.
Yeah, their lives are the same.
Stretch of hours of sleep.
Is Elliot saying any swears? Do you guys do you protect
no.
from swears?
We're not real discdisciplined about it. We're
Well,
sort of
probably
aware of
should
it,
be,
but I don't
yeah.
think he's said any yet.
We haven't we haven't had any of that yet. But there's some times where they say stuff like Rigby at school. They said that she was like yelling to another kid. She yelled, "I'm talking to your mother right now." And they were like, "We just want you to know that she's yelling that." I was like, "That's cool. That's weird that you're presenting this information like this. This seems like a judgment
You're right.
of my behavior."
Is that something you say?
I mean, I don't recall saying that a lot, but I think it's funny, and I'll start saying it. That'll be my bang zoom.
But you told me it was weird that when the teacher told you that, they during that part actually screamed that part of the time.
Did they really?
Hurt my ears.
No.
I am the most
Teacher.
gullible, literal person ever. Oh my gosh. You know what? Allison Rosen is your new best friend is sponsored by BetterHelp. This holiday season, do something for that special person in your life. Me. Wait, no, you. I mean you. I'm just kidding, you guys. Do something for that special person in your life. You. Give yourself a gift to raise your spirits and not just for the day. The holidays can be a really tough time between managing family dynamics, racing from thing to thing, or room to room if you're me. No, I'm just kidding. I've been quite social and braving the cold and dark weather. It's normal to feel down. Having someone to talk to about how you're feeling and what you can do about it is truly a gift. You guys know I would be a shell of the woman I was. I were. No longer can conjugate, but what I'm trying to say is I rely on therapy. I go every single week. Sometimes I'll do. There's times in my life where I've gone more than once a week. And I encourage anyone who's open to it, and some of the people who aren't open to it, many of them, to be in therapy. Consider it. Give it a shot. I'm talking to you. It'll make you feel better. As the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists 100% online. Plus, it's affordable. You just fill out a questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/bestfriend. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/bestfriend. Okay, Paul, you were in Brooklyn for a while, right?
Yeah, for a couple months there.
How was that?
It was really fun. It was just momentarily, but now I was back. But yeah, it was a good time. I joined the old 1930s Dodgers team.
Oh, wow. Were they surprised to find you there? And
Did you get there with Tony's magic time travel sticks?
Yes, both of those things. Yes, yeah.
Awesome.
And I was scared to see them. They were scared to see Tony's time machine. But, after a few sluggers.
Yeah.
we
a
were
few,
we
a
were
few
able to-
cracks of the bat.
Yeah.
Now, was it them, the ones who were on the 1930s team present day, or was it them as they were in the 1930s?
It was them, their 1930 selves in 2019. So it was just
Real
a bunch
fish
of
out of water.
bones.
So you were competitive.
Yeah, but it was very easy to, take a guy out by pulling out a femur, babe.
What, Dennis Miller was there?
Dennis Miller was our coach.
Oh, wow.
So I might have picked that up from him. In the same way that our kids repeat the things we say, I probably picked that up from Coach.
Yeah.
Were you there for work? I mean, in addition to your
in the
baseball.
dugout, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, we say it's for play, but when you're getting paid the big bucks, Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yeah.
But it was big bucks for 1930s. So
I was not there for. I was not there for work. My wife was, so I was just there chilling out and enjoying a nice. What was it? August and September. So it was just like
Hot.
yeah, it was hot, but I grew up in Iowa, so I missed that humidity. So it was nice to have a little.
You miss bugs at night.
Yeah, lightning bugs and stuff. But that said, hey, don't worry, I'm an LA baby through and through. I'll never, trade.
Paul, you grew up in Iowa with the humidity and the lightning bugs.
Yes,
And
Mike
the
too.
Fields. That was my question. I did not know that you grew up in Iowa, Mike.
That's true.
And are you a Mike or a Michael?
I'm Michael now. I feel like everyone, high school and earlier, calls me Mike, though. My family calls me Mike.
I've got a couple Robs and Mike. Well, no, I've got one Rob and one Mike in my life, and they now are Robert and Michael, but I can't do it.
Yeah, you stick to it. You could call me Mike. It's all good. I'm not gonna be. I don't care if you like. Mikey would be tricky. If people started calling me Mikey, that would be tricky.
This is the same as me. Everyone called me Dan. Now I'm Daniel. And then if they call me Danny, a little bit.
Yeah,
little
it's
bit-
not like I'm not gonna get peeved.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get super peeved about it. Like I'm not a child, but
Anyone call you
You
Michael?
guys are like, I'm living in
Michael?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. That's where the similarity ends.
Well, then yeah,
He was
that-
a Dano.
I was a Dan.
My dad's name is Daniel. My middle name is Daniel.
Whoa.
Are we the same person?
is a Kennedy
We
Lincoln
are
situation.
meshing together. My middle name is Dano.
Wait a minute. I realized I've never seen both of you at the same
Yeah.
time in my periphery.
Yeah.
So I have to assume you guys are changing shirts. One
So,
person changing.
You grew up in Iowa.
Yep.
What was it like?
We got a lot of Wendy's, a lot of Arby's.
That actually
Subway.
sounds like a pretty accurate Midwest description.
Is Dairy Queen a big deal in the Midwest?
It was
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the schools are very good. We grew up in a pretty small town, not as small as Paul's,
No.
because I grew up in Fort Dodge, which is a town of what, like 30,000, probably 25,000. What's Lamar's? 5,000?
Sub 3.
Sub
What?
3.
Wow.
Is it like a farming town or what is the?
It's an ice cream town, baby.
It's like 7,000 people.
Wow.
And,
7 is the real number.
7,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
My class size was like 42 people. I don't know what your
Wow.
class size, Mike. You guys were in the 200s or
We were, like ours was over 300 actually. We had a fat class.
Was it now? Were these towns where like the bowling alley was the place to go on the weekends?
Definitely there was like we would go to a grocery store and sort of like roam the aisles.
Yeah.
And then like when the donuts got the price down at midnight or at 11, whatever it was, then we would go and load up on donuts.
Oh, this was a price-based decision.
Yes, yeah.
That's so sensible. We would do well, I didn't drink in high school or do drugs or anything. So like we did this. They opened a super.
Neither
Walmart.
did I, for the record.
Yeah, no, that wasn't unlike Paul.
No, but it didn't sound like a stonery thing to be like me and my friends
Right.
would roam around.
No,
the
but I
supermarket and
was
get donuts for half price.
But I meant to say that like we were doing stonery things, but not like out getting into trouble in the traditional sense that like we would go to. They opened a super Walmart in Fort Dodge, and we would go and play capture the product there, which was capture the flag, but you would split the store down the middle and you would pick a product that's placed
fun.
on the other side, and you show the other team the product, but they have to find where it is in the like store layout and get it back to their side.
Is it in a product? Is it in the section where it comes from? Or
Yeah,
is it
it's like
the
you just
added...
go and like the if you followed the rules, you would just go and like, oh, here's like a product there's not very much of, it's hard to find, it's kind of like whatever, miscategorized or
that's
something.
good.
And then they have to find where it is and get it. It's capture the flag in a store because it was open all night long, which was insane for a
much
town
fun.
that size to
So
be
much
open all
fun.
night long. That's bonkers.
Yeah.
And we would be like tackling each other into like racks of clothes and shit in there.
How did the Super Walmart employees?
We only played
Feel
2
about
games
this?
of this.
They were really good at it.
Yeah. I mean,
Let me join
some
in.
of them were high school students, but they kicked us out.
Yeah,
The-
those seem to be the places to hang out. It's funny when you hear about like, kids who grew up in Los Angeles or like had parents in the West Village, and you're like, they were going into Super Walmart and chasing their friends around like that.
My friend, who I grew up with, went and lived in Kansas for a year, and I think it was a drug-filled year, and that was where I got this sense that like, oh, there's a lot of drugs in the Midwest.
Yeah,
because
that's
there's not
true.
that much to do. I'm
I
sorry,
was a
these are
big-
gross generalizations.
Iowa's a big meth state. I didn't learn this until after.
Until you were doing meth.
Yeah, until I was in a room.
And it was local.
Yeah, but there was meth in my hometown. I learned.
And there
later.
also was a in Fort Dodge where you I don't know if it's still there, but there was a strip club with a beautiful name.
What was it?
there was a strip club on Main Street of Fort Dodge called A Touch of Class
With a C or K?
with a C.
Now, did you have to wear a
backwards
tuxedo to go there?
Just a touch of a tuxedo.
Oh, a touch of
just
top hat.
just a cummerbund.
Underwear.
Yeah.
Button underwear.
But it was the Touch of Class was stenciled on like the outside wall, like
Stenciled?
like spray painted with a stencil.
Nothing says class like
A touch of class, yeah. But it's
Touch
written
of stenciled class.
It's written like the Comic Relief like logo on the side. on the side.
That was very popular, the fake spray painted through the thing.
There was also a porn shop on like the town square where there was like a gazebo in the public library, and on the opposite side of this town square was the mini cinema, which was the porno store. You'd go there and you'd get your pornos, your tapes.
See, these are quaint Iowa stories.
But I never
such a
did. I
simpler
didn't do any
time.
drugs until I moved here. I've done all of my drugs in California. Well, now I've done them.
When did you move here? Like, how old were you?
I was 22. Yeah.
Okay. So still in like the experimental age, but maybe a little older than the people who got that out of their system in high school.
Yeah, probably. Because I didn't even drink alcohol until I was 20 years old.
And did you not do all of that? Did you identify as straight edge?
No, not really. I just didn't, like, at a certain point, it just had been so long. I was like, well, this has to be a thing now that I
That
do
was
this.
how I felt about my virginity.
Really?
Yes. At a certain point, I'm like, it's not a religious thing, but I don't want it to just be a one night stand.
My virginity was also similar. I waited late in life. Not as I had sex before I drank alcohol, which is
Me too.
Which is I think the right order.
Would you guys both consider
maybe-
yourselves to have been good boys when you were in high school?
I was fine. Nobody was like worried about me
Yeah,
raising.
because
the
I
trouble
was
I
too.
caused was very measured.
Yeah.
Like
I
what?
knew I could get away with it.
Like, what's the most troublesome thing you did?
I mean, I did a little skip in school, you guys.
What?
You played hooky.
I played hooky. I I don't know. I didn't really do bad stuff. The only referral I ever got an in-school suspension for, this was in middle school, and I stuck a penny in the power outlet.
Jesus.
And I blew up a TV, kind of went like. It was in choir. We were watching like a choir concert, and I was like, "This is a waste of time."
So funny.
And you got an in-school suspension?
That means you have to eat lunch in the principal's office, and it's not as bad as getting kicked out and going. You have to go home, but I don't even know what the point of that was.
Anymore.
You don't. Yeah. Well, it's already middle school, so you don't have. You just have to eat lunch with the principal and just have. It's not even a scarlet letter of nobody cares.
Right.
People hear you have an in-school suspension. It's not even a badass thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you?
Well, I was going to say it'd be funny if on the TV, when you put the penny into the socket and the TV shocked, if on the TV was Abraham Lincoln, it was like, watch it there.
Yeah. Oh, now we're cooking with gas.
He feels it. He feels it too.
Hey, easy there. Mary Todd, I'm ready again.
Yeah, what about you, Paul? What did you do?
No, I was pretty concerned about being a
good boy?
kid. Yeah. It dominated my thoughts. But then when to transgress them then made it even more exciting and fun.
When did that start happening?
Well, all through life. But I guess I was thinking even within high school, growing up as a kid, to still sometimes be a little stinker.
Kick meat around a party?
Well, where Mike was, yeah.
Oh, you were at that party too?
Yes. Yes, I was. Wow, that's great. What a
You just
crazy
brought Mike
reference.
back. But,
Yeah.
No, it's a
Three sweepers week.
Yes.
What is that?
We were singing Three Sweepers We when
At
we were
that party.
I think you need to give the thumbnail retelling of the story for anyone who doesn't know what I'm referring to.
Mike and myself and some friends attended a party that we were invited to with tenuous connections. It was a new girlfriend's friends from college who lived in LA. So we weren't very welcome at the house party, and we were being obnoxious.
We were being little stinkers.
Yeah. And there was a little piece of meat that fell on the back patio. And we started there was a broom nearby, and me and Mike and Neil started singing a song called Three Sweepers Are We. Pushing the little meat around on the thing.
On the balcony of a party where people are just kind of normal and drinking and having a fine time.
Yeah, we're being dorks. I mean, and then the person came and was like, "You guys gotta get out. You gotta go."
Yeah.
And we left.
Was that the person's party, or did they send someone?
I think they were the host.
Oh.
But I think they were sent by somebody. Yeah.
And wasn't there you never told me who it was, but wasn't there a celebrity at this party as well?
Oh, yes. Yes.
You have to tell me after.
It was the guy who played Perry Mason, Raymond Burr.
And he didn't appreciate the song.
Oh, he's like, I've been dead for a while.
I think we need a Tone Zone update. We need a sound effect and then an official Tone Zone update, because everyone is very invested in how you're doing now since the last episode where you talked about some personal stuff you're going through. Mm-hmm. So play a sound effect.
Quite a transition.
I know. There was no sound. There was no transition.
Zone.
Well, we also have
Tone Thaxton. Oh yeah, that's good. Let's hear it again. Tony Thaxton.
That's good.
I got lots of nice comments from people. It was very, very nice. I'm doing all right. I'm getting through it. It's I have accepted what's happening, and I'm trying to move forward as best I can, and I know that this will ultimately be for the best. But that doesn't make it. I mean, I guess it does make it suck a little less, but it still sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And but you know, I'm gonna get through it, and it's fine. It's just one of those things that'll take some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
It's
you to say, but it still sucks is very brave. I feel like a lot of people would sort of feel like they, you know what I mean? Like to be
Yeah.
honest about your feelings and just say like, oh, this still sucks, which is like most of the time true for everybody at all given moments. It still sucks.
Everybody going through a divorce or just everybody
No,
all the time
Yes, all
in
the time.
life.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So just to kind of be open about it is very cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been, I don't know. I was kind of talking to Daniel before the show. Like, I've always been too much of a person to just kind of like keep things in and not really just sort of like let it out and be maybe honest about how I'm feeling or whatever. And I think I've had a lot more of those real talks lately, and it's been weirdly refreshing. And yeah, I think I've had more like real talks in the last month than I've had like probably my whole life, which is a little sad, but yeah, it sucks that it's this time of year now too, because I noted Christmas lover,
Yeah, you had a podcast and everything.
but yeah, so I'm having a hard time feeling that this year a little bit, but you know, it's gonna be good. There's other good things going on. So
To go back to what you were saying a second ago, I think sometimes when someone's just honest about how they're feeling, it like gives everyone else license to just like, oh, good, we can just cut the crap. Because like what you were saying, Paul, I think everyone, no one is enjoying every second of anything, and if they are, I feel like they are bullshitting themselves.
Yeah, the effect of our former trainer saying that was not to inspire us to try to enjoy every moment. You know what I mean? The effect was to go, fuck, there's something wrong with me that I don't enjoy every moment. And that's just bullshit.
To feel ashamed by that.
Yeah.
That's not a very human thing, enjoying every moment.
Right? No, it's a thing you see on commercials.
Yeah. Yeah.
or that old
it's not-
song, loving every minute of it. Who was that?
I think it was us.
That was originally a Don't Stop or We'll Die song. that
Loving
we,
every minute of it. Yeah,
we've,
what? I remember.
We've written a lot of the classics.
You did write a lot of the
You've lost
classics.
that love and feeling. Is that you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, name a classic. That's probably us.
Well,
I want to hold your hand.
Yeah. Us.
Camptown races. She'll be coming around the mountain.
Yeah, Johnny. Yeah.
Of the military songs,
Yeah,
the various ones,
Taps.
caissons, pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, we go around to high school still and teach pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, we teach it. We go and we make sure they can play it. And if you can't play it right, we're not leaving.
And it's so funny because we can tell just sometimes hearing the first two notes, we'll be like, too much pomp.
Yep. And honestly,
circumstance.
there was that one beautiful kid that had too much circumstance.
We actually
I'll never
prefer
forget.
to have more circumstance than pomp.
Oh, yeah. Every day. Give me more circumstance.
Why?
Pomp and circumstance.
Yeah.
can I ask a question? What's pomp?
I think it's sort of a, hey, I'm
Tony,
pomping,
we'll talk off, Mike.
I imagine wearing a little special hat with a little
Right,
special
right.
It's
tassel.
funny for like a graduation
it has
thing.
pomp.
But like pomp and circumstance is like, if you peacock, there will be repercussions.
Oh, but
You think it's a threat?
I don't know.
Because the
what
way I
it
was
is.
thinking about it, you're right. It should be the other way, which is circumstance and pomp, which is like these are special circumstances. So
That's
go
a
ahead.
great. Someone should do like that's like a Gaga song, "Circumstance and Pomp."
Yeah, that's good.
Like some
Yeah.
big pop star should do "Circumstance
guys.
and Pomp."
Yeah.
Next album.
Yeah, why not
We'll,
you guys?
we'll do it.
Do it.
Pomp and circumcise. We'll do like a Blink 182 like tribute band.
And you just go around to hospitals.
Circumcise.
Why is the first word the same?
Oh, punk and circumcise.
Punk. Yeah. Punch and circumcise.
Punch and circumcise.
It's
Where-
getting worse.
Where does your band name come from?
Another friend of ours, also from Iowa,
John Wayne.
John Wayne.
Oh wow.
And Ashton. Okay.
There's a scene in Back to the Future when Marty goes back and he's in the radiation suit and an old timey car pulls up and they get scared and they pull off. It's an old couple in it, and there's a dude driving and the lady slaps him and says, "Don't stop, Wilbur, drive." But our friend thought that she said, "Don't stop or we'll die."
Which is
So
a
we
very
stole
funny
it.
thing to imagine. Old woman saying, "See the teenage boy in a
It's like
radiation suit."
speed with old people and an old.
Don't stop or we'll die.
Which
So we stole it.
I think I told you guys this because I think I asked you because I had rewatched that for the first time in a long time. It might have even been before I started playing with you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And heard that line, but that is also how I heard it, and I was like, "Oh, that's where the name came from." And I didn't realize that I was.
Our
also
friend
hearing
wasn't
it wrong.
alone in their misconception or their
Yeah.
mishearing it. Yeah, I think other people. I think
Yeah.
I grew up thinking it was probably.
And if
that.
anyone attacks my friend's hearing again about that, I don't know what I'll do.
Yeah.
He hears just fine. It was just a funny thing that he heard.
I just can't believe so many people don't remember that classic Back to the Future character, Wilbur.
Wilbur. It is
Wilbur didn't even have lines. He just went,
white mustache.
If you miss that scene, the whole movie doesn't make sense.
No,
Yeah, that's why I've
the
never been a
pivotal.
fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hinges on that.
You guys,
Hinges, I tell you.
you know what hinges on something?
What?
This holiday season hinges on you giving a good gift. Looking for a thoughtful, unique. You guys thought I couldn't segue, and I just segued.
say
That's right. Looking for a thoughtful, unique gift this holiday season? You need to check out Society 6. Society 6 is an online marketplace home to hundreds of thousands of creatives from around the globe. So artists can sign up to sell their original artwork on dozens of different types of products. And they have so many really nice things, like so many
Pillows,
different styles.
blankets.
Well, you're mentioning the things. I was mentioning the different kinds of art that's on the things. But together,
art on the
we are
things.
describing what you find on Society 6. They sent us a box. It had a mug that had a dog that looks just like Wendy on it. Not actually Wendy. Someone else created a Wendy.
Can you believe it?
Super nice throw blanket. Super nice throw pillow. I think throw blanket. It's not called that.
It's
It's
now
just a
my
nice
new favorite blanket on the couch.
Yeah. And the wrapping paper that it came in, that's also Society 6. They make so much cool stuff. A community of over 350,000 independent artists from around the world. You find everything from wall art and furniture to home decor and lifestyle accessories. Give thoughtful and unique gifts this holiday season with Society 6. You can get 30% off and free shipping when you use my code Allison at, okay, listen carefully because this is a little bit not super intuitive. S6, so S, the letter 6, the number, .co/Allison. That's S6.co/Allison, promo code Allison. S6.co/Allison, promo code Allison. Society 6, design your everyday with art you love. And then here's a new sponsor that I'm very, very excited about. It's Luminous Air. It's an airbrush kit for doing your makeup. Want to know a secret to natural looking foundation? Luminous Silk 4-in-1 airbrush system is our secret. Whatever life throws your way, you will not see the effects of it while wearing this foundation. If you're tired of traditional liquid foundation and powders, which I know Paul and Michael are, they can make you look older, gathering into fine lines and wrinkles. Now's the time to experience the Luminous Silk airbrush system with skin-loving Silk 4-in-1 airbrush foundation. So back in my days of doing some TV stuff, sometimes they would apply the makeup with an airbrush, and I thought, that is so cool. How can I get one? And now I can get one, and mine is on the way, and I'm very excited. I'm excited about the fact that it combines 4-in-1 things. It combines your moisturizer, your anti-aging serum, your concealer, and your foundation for flawless, younger-looking coverage. Very exciting. The Icon, which is the machine, is the smallest, most precise airbrush system available, and you can like expertly mix your shade. And there is a bit of a learning curve with it, and I'm excited to ascend that curve. What do you do? How do you handle a learning curve?
Well, you get
Tackle it?
better at it, and then you slowly get worse.
No, I'm just going to be, you're not even going to recognize me. I mean, I'll be me, only more beautiful, so much so that you won't recognize me. Luminous Air has a limited time offer for you right now. Go to trysilk.com/bestfriend to get 60% off your Luminous Silk 4-in-1 airbrush system. That's trysilk.com/bestfriend. Get smoother, fuller, and more natural looking foundation coverage. Visit trysilk.com/bestfriend today.
That's a good
Wait.
deal.
You know what I just invented,
What?
which would be really cool, is like a 3D printer type thing for makeup. You just put your face in there.
Oh yeah,
and
like
then,
a Mission Impossible thing.
right? It just bzz, 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 and applies all your makeup.
Yeah, that's good.
Right, and then you could do like
And you can do it while you're driving. You got like a cube on your head.
Yes.
That's right.
perfect.
Why is it?
You can't see.
It's all the
You can't see
mechanics.
through the cube. It's hard to see through it. If that is your concern.
But by that time, there'll be self-driving cars.
you're the
yes,
Tesla.
yes,
so-
yes.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah.
I always wanted a beard, like a mustache and beard shaped razor that you just put on your face. And you just go down one time and then you're done.
And your face just scrapes off.
Stencil.
They have that thing that's like a goatee shape, and you put it on, and then you can shave around it, so you can get
Like
the
a little
perfect shape.
stencil?
Yeah, that's like
Like a touch of class.
it's like a
caliber
facial hair
stencil.
stencil. Yeah,
I've always wanted peel-off makeup. I don't understand. If they have peel-off technology for a lot of things, why can't you just peel off your face
Let's
and then
make it
also just
peel off.
apply it just like that too? Like
Honey,
a Lee press-on face
let's make it peel off.
Let's make it peel off.
Is
that works in a restaurant.
there a celebrity with the name that sounds like rice? Because then it could be like rice peel off. Anne Rice, the novel.
Yes.
It's just like rice.
Anne Rice peel off.
Yeah,
Or
and that's
makeup.
how we'll sell the peel off makeup.
It's like the George
like-
Foreman grill.
Because people will think,
yes.
"Oh, rice peel off."
We'll sell
that
it to
makes me
Goff.
want to put that on my face. Oh, also it's Anne Rice. That makes me want to put this on my face.
Yeah.
Or erotic vampire.
That'd be a great idea. Like just a little zip up skin. You can just like zip up your face on the side.
Yep.
We're close. I'm sure we're close.
Tomorrow.
Paul, you're made of wires.
Yep.
I feel like you already have this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike's made of wires too, though. That's how we.
Now, Paul. We talked about revealing this.
It's supposed to be the big reveal of the EP.
Yeah. I have some gears, but I have
It's
a
supposed to
beating
be for
heart
the next
too.
album's release. It was
this is
their
for
big,
your-
I'm flesh and blood.
This is for your Mr. Roboto tribute album.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Our next Mr. Roboto tribute album.
You do have some songs
It's a
that are
trilogy.
definitely influenced by that. It feels
By
in a
Mr.
good way.
Roboto or Life in general.
Well, life is kind of Mr. Roboto these days, isn't it, guys?
Oh, finally, somebody said it.
Had the balls to
Well,
say
we've been
it.
thinking.
I'm not afraid to say it. I don't care.
So to Zone.
Zone, it's Tonesy.
Oh boy,
Well, we can each do our own thing
No.
when it comes to this.
guys, come on.
Are you not going to get a tree this year?
Oh yeah.
Well, I have a fake tree.
That counts.
Yeah, and well, not according to Matt Gorley.
I know.
But
Wait, he doesn't think you're allowed to have a fake tree?
oh no, that's been like a whole thing. We used to do
Fuck
on
is
Feliz
on?
Navipod every year. We used to go Christmas tree shopping with Matt
Oh,
Gorley.
I hope he doesn't meet
because
Radiohead. We're gonna have a lot of explaining to do.
The double-sided thing of me not feeling it this year, and I've been like, maybe if I just like started putting some stuff up, it'll. But also like, it's like feels weird doing it alone.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, I'm leaving town on the 20th, and like am basically not home until February.
Yeah.
And I used to like put like stuff outside and stuff too, and I'm clearly not going to do that because then it'll be there till February. So like it feels kind of weird to like put a bunch of stuff up and then I'm going to come home.
I've had our Christmas lights up since last Christmas. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, but they're not plugged in. And if you
No.
ask him what's going on with our Christmas lights.
Daniel, what's going on with your Christmas lights?
Oh, well, I just need to get new ones, and there's a whole thing that has to happen.
So he's had them. That's
not an answer.
He's had them.
not
what
an
you're getting at. Wait.
He's had them up since March, but these are the wrong ones.
Wait, since March?
Wait, what did you say?
Well, no, I put them up last Christmas. Yeah, I put them up.
Was that not in March?
Right after St. Patrick's Day, up on the ladder.
That's right.
So sorry.
No.
They've been up since Christmas.
Yes.
But we can't
But-
use them now when it's Christmas because he's got to redo them or something.
What do you mean redo them?
Yeah, that's what I said.
I mean, I could plug them in.
But you won't.
That's what redo is. Plug
But
them.
no,
But I wanted to get
Here it comes.
We had just moved into the house, and I, just wanted to put up what we had, and we had like indoor lights. So I put indoor lights outside, and they're like little tiny, and I want big, full color bulbs.
You need some wattage.
You know what I mean?
Too, yeah.
Or icicles. I want the thing, not like me.
You're gonna.
It's just like a little tinkly light thing.
But also, I
You've
thought,
got a taste of the Griswold.
Listen, you get that house, and it's like you get it.
Yeah.
Taste of the Griswold.
but
Just a taste.
but also, aren't they're hung on nails, and you
Well,
want?
I had used like those white, when you put a cable in your house and you just nail it with a little bracket to the wall.
Yeah.
I use those, but I want to put in hooks so I don't have to do it every year.
Because that you'd have to pull all those out. To
Yeah,
do
I got
this?
to pull them out, right? If I want to restring it. But if you get hooks, then you can just go boop, and then you just do it, and it's fast.
But my point is, and I say this with love. I know it sounds like I'm just harping on you, and I'm not.
That's how you love.
We have Christmas lights currently strung up around the house that have been there since
But they're not the
March
right ones.
or Christmas. But these are not going to be, we're not going to ever see them because you have to redo it.
Our neighbors must think we're crazy. Yeah, I could plug them in, I guess. Touche.
I feel I won that one.
But we had, growing up, my stepdad had put lights up, and they were the big bulbs, and he left them up for probably 6 years. Like, till they faded, and then they were like,
Chipped.
they weren't even colored anymore. Yeah. We're that. And he said, we're just the happy house.
The irony being you really weren't at all.
It was projection, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, it was that thing where you say, I enjoyed every fucking minute of it. That's
And
what
everybody
I was
walking by the house
Yeah.
with Christmas lights on in May were like, these people seem so happy.
so fucking happy.
Nothing wrong in there.
Nothing but joy in that house. That's right.
So before we started the show, we traded some sharp words about eggnog.
Oh my God.
And it
You
came
really want to
out.
bring this up?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Dogfight.
It came out that some people at this table, they don't have a taste for nog. Let's just play the snack chat jingle, even though
I think you're gonna say, let's just play back what they said. Like, you would secretly
Let's
record
play back
actually-
my recording since they stepped into the house.
I know you guys are joking, but there are podcasts that do that. Where, yes.
They'll play back?
No, not that. But they do start recording way
sneaky
before you're aware.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That,
Sneaky Pete's.
yeah. I
This-
don't like
the
that.
podcast devoted to the show Sneaky
Cranstons.
Pete.
Yeah. Giovanni Ribisi is always recording you.
Now, we could play Snack Chat and then discuss eggnog, or we could play the segment that I always forget the name of, Yes Please or Oh Please Eggnog. I think we should, since it's controversial.
Okay.
Oh
You go.
boy!
Oh, on the spot. On the spot. Oh.
He said, yes, please, give me some of that. Oh, please, that's much crap.
I feel it's somewhat self-explanatory. Eggnog, I give it a hearty yes please. I always fucking
Wait,
forget.
yes, please.
It's yes,
Wait,
please.
yes, please, or no?
No.
Yes,
People
please,
think
or-
it's yes, please, or no thank you, but it's yes, please, or oh, please.
Oh, please.
Yeah. Now, I gave it a yes, please, and I'm currently enjoying Almond Breeze eggnog, Almond Nog, which has a lot fewer calories.
It's thinner.
It's thin. It's not viscous like eggnog. So it's just a simple yes, please for me.
I mean,
Michael?
even just the word viscous coming out of your mouth. Didn't you feel that? You said viscous. That's so gross. I expressed this earlier. I was willing to try it. I really was, because I do drink it every 3 or 4 years. I drink it because I'm like, I didn't used to like pickles. Now I love pickles, and I hated peas when I was a kid. Now I will eat peas. I don't like them still, but like taste change is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sure.
Eggnog has never come fully around, and I don't mind. Like I'm like, I don't know the
Do you
components.
enjoy other viscous things? Sorry.
My God.
You like a tall glass of buttermilk?
It's the worst what you're doing right now.
I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Snot.
I don't
just
know
a
you
big
well
bowl
enough.
of phlegm.
Oh God. Oh, okay. I can handle. I enjoy.
I know that's a lot for a lot of people. Is
I
the trigger of
Yeah,
grossness. Yeah,
I
know.
enjoy discussing farts, poop, all the fun things.
know.
But phlegm is where I
know,
draw the
I know.
line.
There's
I
many
lost.
people.
I've told this before, and I'll make it not gross for Michael, who I feel like is going to barf.
No, I'm not. I'm fine.
I had this crush on a guy in high school. He was very, very cute. We had art class together, and before class, we were all standing there waiting for our teacher, whose name was Mrs. Painter, for real, to show up.
Whoa.
And he hawked a
On the
loogie
nose.
on a plant, and I couldn't like him anymore.
Oh, that's
art, though,
nasty.
what he did.
And-
that loogie on the plant was the best thing that ever came out of that class.
He got an A+.
Miss Painter was like, wow, I've never seen anything like that.
2 stories about him. I grew up in Orange County. He's now the CEO of an energy drink company. Of
course he
which
is.
so perfect. And he is famous for
His loogies.
no, he saw this other guy eating watermelon and he said to him, "You look like you've been chowing box, man."
Oh,
and
the
that
drop,
became
the
a
famous
drop
drop.
on the Adam Carolla show. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's weird that my
Very
crush
famous.
on him persisted through that, ended with the phlegm.
Yeah.
And I was so young. I remember virgin for a long time. I was so young that I like barely understood what that even meant.
Which energy drink?
It's called Perps.
Perps?
It's called loogie plant.
As in perpetrators?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like
Is
not
it
a great
really
name
called
for your-
Perps?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, PURPS.
Oh, that's better, I guess.
But like purpose?
Because it's
Purple?
purple.
Maybe. I don't know.
Then what?
Kind of
You got to
like
have flavor derivatives of perps, so you can't have yellow perps.
I feel like anyone could call themselves the CEO of the company called Perps, because does it even
Yeah.
exist?
If
Who's
you
going to do that homework?
if you run
Yeah.
a team of perpetrators,
So,
Okay, so your yes, please.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
no,
police.
Oh, police.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It might have changed, but it's been 3 or 4 years.
I keep revisiting cucumbers. I actually liked them growing up. At some point, I was like, "Oh, I can't."
you guys didn't
have
think we'd
them.
be. You thought we'd be too afraid to go there.
It seems like
Not
such an
and
innocuous
cucumbers.
food.
I know, but I don't
we're-
know if it's the. I don't know what it is, but I kind of like kind of shudder and cringe when I taste them now. And I keep thinking, but how can I dislike them? I used to like them; they're innocuous, and then every time I taste them, I'm reminded. I think much like you and the eggnog.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like all the components of eggnog. I mean, buttermilk is gross for sure. That was like, but I would
That's
a
not
little
in
big of
eggnog, though.
No, but it's like that kind of thing.
That
It's a very
thick-
rich dairy-y, like a whatever. But that's a
Story for another day.
story for another day. No, I was gonna say that's just like a pass for me.
What is the nog flavor? It's not. It's like egg. It's cream, but egg and cream together don't taste like eggnog.
What is a nog?
Is it vanilla? Like what is the?
There's vanilla,
Isn't
cinnamon.
there usually nutmeg or something?
There's nutmeg
there
I
is.
think
think
sprinkled
so.
on the
I'm
top.
trying to.
Yeah, because there's like a distinct flavor.
Hold on, let me chug this and then I'll tell you.
Milk, sugar, cream, eggs, non-fat milk,
It's just gonna
vanilla, nutmeg,
flavor.
and gelatin gum.
Oh,
That's
it's
where the viscosity-
Gelatin. It's the gelatin gum.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
Love me
going to
some.
stop.
Probably
And
like algae.
in this one, same. This
Huh,
one
it's
has
not gonna
cornstarch.
That picture's nasty.
This picture of eggnog on the Altadena carton.
Yeah.
I was going to do an eggnog taste test, which we'll do on
Oh
a
my
future
God.
show.
Yeah.
You just what's funny is none of these are open, and yet the nog scent
Yeah.
is hitting me.
We gotta get some real nog hogs in the house.
It also looks like yellow milk.
I know it.
It
It
is.
looks like
Looks like
It looks
pee-pee
like
milk.
liquid custard.
Yeah.
Paul, you're up. Yes,
milk.
please,
You like
or
pee-pee
oh,
milk?
please.
Oh, please. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's just
It's okay. I don't take it personally.
I was very gentle about it when we got here because but I did say I would have to take sips just because I have a gag reflex. It's one of the few foods, maybe the only, that
Is
I
it-
have to kind of like fight to
The texture or the
the viscosity.
or is it the taste or both?
It's both. Yeah, because I think one with any food, if you could take one over the other, if you don't like the texture but you like the taste, you can do it. And if you don't like the taste but you love the texture, you're a weirdo.
What's an example of that? What-
Chex Mix. I mean, like, I hate those. Tastes like garbage to me, but boy, do I love the little Chex.
Like the crunch.
But now you say that it's something you have to choke down. Do you frequently find yourself, I guess, annually in situations like this where people are trying to make you drink eggnog?
It's mostly not during Christmas.
What?
It'll be like,
Like
a
our
hot
Christmas
hot
lights.
4th of July.
You're on the beach. It's hot. Would you like?
It's usually March.
Yeah. You've been building a house.
Just got done putting my Christmas lights up.
But yeah, I think it wasn't like also, your tastes are sort of defined by what you're raised with. And I don't think we were a nog house, but I don't think it was like a enforced nog house.
I had never thought about that. We didn't drink nog growing up either.
So
Was it alcoholic nog?
no, and you know what? It's so funny. The when that becomes a stand-in for jokes like on sitcoms and stuff, where it'll be like, well, somebody had a little too much eggnog.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like, if it takes place during medieval times or so, it'll be like, cut down on the mead for that boy. You know? But I thought how it sucks that as Star Wars fans, there's no elixir that you can be like, easy on the Gutu, Yoda.
A little hiccuping Yoda, that would be a dream.
Yeah, there isn't like a
They don't-
consciousness altering substance in Star Wars.
Jabba is like sort of like smoking something from a hookah, and it seems like
Right.
opium-ish. Like it seems like an opium den seems to be like the Jabba's palace has that vibe.
Well, John Favreau, if you're listening,
Oh, and he
Bring
is.
drugs into the Star Wars universe. Kids watching. So
How's Mando getting high?
but yeah, you're right. Like I think any other fantasy world usually has some sort of like
Something.
conscience.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like
Funny thing
I
is
feel
that
like on Star Trek they drink a lot.
Yes, they have their little like elixirs.
Yeah, they have little blue
I
cocktails.
feel like
and shit.
someone's gonna send us a tweet or something, be like, well, you know,
Well, it would be
Yeah.
Tony for Star Wars.
He's tweeting us right now.
I'm not going to chime in. I'm going to tweet you all. I guarantee it's been in some books.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say in a book somewhere.
Because they always do that in the books. That
Darth
I hate
Vader
it, where,
loves
like,
Pabst.
He's a real hipster.
Yeah, just
Blue
just
ribbon.
give me a PBR and a little grass. Leave the old man alone for a while, Luke.
He has to like sip it through the grate. That's all that.
He that's like his version of like the toilet paper roll with the like toilet paper stuffed in it. He's
Maybe
like,
he just has a straw. He has a straw.
I smoked it
like-
inside my helmet so my mom couldn't smell in my room.
Yeah, he puts a little what are the laundry filter
Yeah, that's what I meant.
inside his vent. Yeah.
Daniel,
Put it in your vent.
eggnog.
Yeah. Oh, please. But I don't love it with alcohol in it. I feel like the alcohol ruins
And what
it.
alcohol goes in there, guys?
Brandy or
Rum?
rum. Yeah, I think you can put brandy or rum or bourbon. You could kind of put anything. But
What other
brandy.
drinks would you put in the category of they actually get ruined by alcohol?
Oh.
They're not enhanced by alcohol.
That's a good question. I'm not sure because what other drinks
Baby
like
formula.
exist outside? Well, exist outside of the alcohol component. Yeah, is it like?
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
meant. Yeah.
Like I would actually prefer. Right, I see what you're saying. It's not like somebody's like, I actually like to have my milk unspiked. It's like, no, I don't know if given that choice daily.
Yeah.
Or maybe
yeah.
like apple cider.
Yeah, maybe I'd like apple cider without
Yeah.
a boozy element.
But I feel like it's usually without the booze.
Yeah, I'd probably.
Although it's kind of good, like a hot apple cider with brandy in it. It's good too. I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe just nog.
Maybe not.
Blood?
Blood.
Oh, see, I like the alcohol in my blood.
Yeah, I guess
It's-
that's why I like to keep mine too.
Yeah.
But just at a limit that is illegal to drive with. That's the amount of alcohol I want in my blood.
Right.
Your blood content.
Yeah, not to get behind the wheel of.
No.
I'm just saying, in a bar or at home, I like to get to the level of where I shouldn't be driving a car.
Yes.
Makes you feel alive.
Yeah.
He's just acting out, getting to 0.08 blood alcohol or whatever it is.
And then how do you test
Isn't it
it?
a little? It's a little crazy that every car doesn't have that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just seems like every car being created for the last 20 years should have had
No,
that.
you're right.
Is that
Should
because
have the thing
people
that-
want
The
the
little
option
wand.
of driving drunk? Like,
Yeah.
they won't say it outright, but they won't buy it if it has that because I want to be able to.
I think
guess
it's
so.
probably an overall, too, just like, Washington ain't going to regulate me sort of
Yeah.
attitude.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
maybe truck owners
Yeah.
might have an attitude about the government.
sure.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Allison's car will have like a
I'm not
little.
saying anything about truck owners.
Yeah, we love truck
My,
owners.
my
There's
dad
a
is
bunch
a
of
truck.
trucks just
Yeah.
pulled up outside.
You do
And that's
not
not
want
even
to
a
cross
truck
that
owner.
road.
He's a truck. He's from the Cars universe. He's Mater. My dad's Mater.
Oh, your radiator fell off, Paul.
Allison's car has the little coffee, like a light that looks
Icon,
like
yeah.
a coffee cup.
That's what mine has. That too. That's like pull
Yeah.
over, dude.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
and it's based on like
you're driving,
And
weirdly,
it comes
erratically.
on, it comes on almost every time I drive that car.
Yeah, it's
Like, I
like,
don't
when you're
know.
like when you're crossing the lane a little too much. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
maybe a cup of coffee.
Yeah, hey, buddy, it's like
It's
my
so
mom in the
passive-aggressive.
car. Yeah.
Oh, as in get a cup of coffee to sober up. Not you might have had too
Or
many
wake
cups.
up.
Or
Yeah.
you're too tired, like you're driving
Yeah.
like a tired person.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, you're driving like a tired person. They should just have voice.
I'm kind of an expert.
Yeah.
Tony?
I'm same way where my family didn't really drink it growing up, so I'm kind of weird with eggs, and I know that it's not like overwhelmingly like necessarily egg tasting, but it always like threw me and it made me not even want to try it, and I finally tried it a few years ago, and I did like it more than I expected to. And I'm the opposite. I think if I'm gonna have it, I want alcohol in it.
I want to be egg slogged.
Exactly. So I'm kind of, it's not something I seek out, but I'm not necessarily opposed to it. So I'm going to say, oh, please, Navidad.
Oh, boy. I'm honestly surprised by I see a Twitter poll in my future.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
so
good.
how did you feel about Orange Julius growing up? Because that has egg in it. Were you okay- were you
We
okay
didn't
with
really
that?
have them where I lived growing up. So,
You know, there's an Orange Julius here in Burbank.
yeah, and
Yeah.
right attached to the Dairy
What?
Queen
Yeah.
in the mall.
That's not
That
a
blew my
real
mind.
Dairy Queen, but it is a kind of a Dairy Queen.
Well,
Wait,
it's kind of all there is around it with
Yeah.
Dairy Queen wise.
Oh, what's a real Dairy Queen though?
The ones with food are the real ones.
Oh,
The ones you
yeah.
prefer when they have hot eats
I
and
prefer.
cool treats.
Well, if you're gonna have cool treats, I don't know why you wouldn't have hot eats.
Yeah.
With that brazier. What's that? The
Brazier. Yeah,
Brazier.
the Dairy Queen Brazier.
I've only seen.
Brazier.
It
What is that?
shouldn't sound like brazier,
It
but
does.
it looks like
Yeah.
it
Brazier.
sounds
Dairy
like
Queen
brazier. Yeah.
And what is that? Is that a hamburger?
I think it's like,
That's-
no. I think it means like grilling. Hey, we're grilling.
Yeah,
Oh,
this brazier is cooking, baby.
I've only
Tossed
seen
salads
those
and
in
scrambled eggs.
I've only seen those in small towns, and the other thing I only see in small towns is A&W. A&W has a
Yeah.
restaurant, or
Yeah.
fast food.
It
We
feels
had
like
a
the same kind of
reformat
thing.
and retrofitted A&W in our town for sure. And we were just on tour when we were all together. Remember, we drove by a place and we were like, "That looks like an old A&W."
Yeah.
And it ended when I think I was like 5 or 6, but I was so bummed out because I wanted the experience, and I still haven't ever gotten it, of the sitting in the car.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
bringing out the tray and putting it
Does
on
Sonic
the car
still do
window.
that? Didn't they used to?
There,
I know
So-
Tails does from time to time.
yeah, Dr. Robotnik goes there, I think, once in a while.
But whether Sonic does, I'm not for sure.
I believe there are Sonics that do that.
I think you
I
need to
thought-
look that up on tour.
Yeah,
There's
there's not everyone, but some. I
Some.
think.
I believe there's a Sonic in Arcadia.
Ooh.
Also.
Attention Arcadia.
Yeah.
You're going to be getting a performance from Don't Stop or We'll Die soon.
Yeah,
Where is Arcadia?
an eating performance.
It's kind of
Just in your car.
It's kind of near Pasadena.
Oh, that's close.
Kinda.
Okay.
Do you guys want to do just me or everyone?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
All right. This is where people write in with things they think or do, and they wonder, is it just me? Is it everyone? And then we weigh in. And if you'd like to submit yours, tweet them to @ARIYNBF. Allison Rose is your new best friend, the initials, and put hashtag JMOE. Just mirror everyone in your tweet, and then maybe we'll read it on the show. Okay. Amy Whipple says, I get sweaty adding a number to my phone because the arrow is smashed against the call icon, and I 100% do not want to call. Just mirror everyone.
Yeah, like if you have the number already there and you want to add the contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To try to hit that little info or whatever thing, it is always like very, very close to dialing the number.
Yeah.
I don't have that with calling, but I have it with texting, just like being very gentle sometimes about that send button, being like, maybe I should just take this off this person's name and just write a clean text and then copy and paste so I don't even risk.
Yeah, do it in your
hitting the
notes
arrow.
app.
Yeah.
Do all your
Yeah.
texts and then...
For the first time, I did that like a couple months ago. Because it was sort of a serious text, so I wrote a draft of it and then copy and paste. I don't normally do that. Normally, I just
You know
fly
what
by
you
the
could
seat of
do?
my
But you could
pants.
just screenshot it and then send the screenshot of it.
Yeah.
Also, if you're like lurking on somebody's Twitter
Oh.
who you hate,
Yeah.
and you just kind of like want to like read tweets to make you hate them more, you have to be gentle about not hitting a like button because
Yeah.
of that. The person
They'll
you
know
hate.
that you were there.
Yeah.
Same with back. And I'm not bragging, but I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook. But back in the day, if you were on like someone's ex-girlfriend's page, you gotta be careful you don't like it because that's super. That would
Ooh,
Yeah.
That's a big
red flag.
yeah.
Um,
Well, I'd
even though
even
we all
say
do it.
maroon flag.
My friend, the this is a veer off maybe, but the same friend that thought that "Don't Stop Wilbur Drive" was "Don't Stop or We'll Die."
John Wayne.
John
Yes,
Wayne.
yeah.
John Wayne's on Facebook. He's very active. But this
pokes it a
friend,
lot.
there's another friend of ours that went to high school with us in Iowa, who is very proud of his physique and like has a lot of topless photos that he posts like on Facebook. And so my friend went through and just liked all of the topless ones as like his subversive way of like giving him
Calling
the
him
like
out.
calling him out on having so many. That's all.
That's good. That's really a smart way to.
Yeah.
It's funny. Because he was probably flattered, which is the joke. That he's like, oh, I like it.
Okay, Mary says, it's also a tech-based one. On the first of the month, I like to clear all text messages, voicemails, and calls from my phone. New month, new me world.
The first of every month?
That's
Yeah.
just you. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't
Yeah.
do that.
I have everything.
all your voicemails?
I mean, I delete some, I guess. I don't make a habit of it.
I have to periodically delete them because my mailbox will be full.
I guess I do that
But I still have like ones from years ago.
for sure.
I don't know why. I just can't let them go.
I have an old email that I've been using to sign up for things so that all the junk mail would go to it, but I hadn't been deleting it. And then it reached max, and then it said, you can't get any more emails. And so I just I tried to delete everything. Well, I was like, for a while, I was like, man, fuck it. I'll just get a new email, I didn't pay for it. And, and then I deleted everything. And now I'm like, I've had that email since, fuck, like that was probably the first email I ever got. Who knows what I just deleted, but we'll never know.
So at one point you had used it not for spam.
Yeah, it was like Hotmail,
Yeah, I wish
So
I
it
could.
was,
I wish I could get into my old AOL account and I don't know what, reminisce.
Yeah.
yeah.
Take a spin through the old emails.
Hear that guy
What
say, "You
meeting
got
was I
mail"
late
one
for
more
that
time.
day?
I know. That being said, I don't keep it. I haven't kept a diary in years, and I do feel like all the stuff that would have been in a diary is in emails
For
somewhere.
sure. I've had that thought too
Yeah.
of like, the footprint that we have now is just not handwritten in our bedside table at night, but we have like this social media email presence that is
Right.
so much bigger than that.
Right.
And means nothing. Like the whole point of maybe a journal, which we're all supposed to do, it's supposed to be very good for you, but I can't get in the habit of doing it.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to be writing out your train of thought and your feelings and stuff. We're not emailing and doing that shit on
Right.
Facebook.
Right.
Kind of on Facebook a little bit. Depends on how you use Facebook, I guess.
There'll be a service in the future for like our grandkids where it's like, they'll go on your grandparents' social media and mine it and give them a book. Like this was your grandfather, and it'll be all the stupid bullshit that you like tweeted
Yours
and
will just be
timeline
political-
and everything.
Here's your
Political
grandpa
tweets.
with a Nazi flag.
The bummer about that is, though, because even though I guess you'd be invading somebody's privacy by reading their diary long after they're dead, that's probably a no-no. But if it's a great-great-grandfather, then who cares? You sort of get an insight. The problem, if it was like emails and Facebook, it would be such a puffed up misrepresentation of how this person wanted to be seen by
Yeah.
others. Like it was, so you wouldn't get that. Like,
She shot a
authentic-
pilot presentation in 2015.
She was very proud of that. Cool. Now I know my great grandma.
Yeah. She always had perfect skin.
Her eyes are so big for her face. I don't do that, but I do feel like that is a real tell for people who are face tuning.
Yeah.
There's some people where it's like you look like an anime.
Facetune is dangerous, folks, because you can pretty much always tell when someone's using it. Like it has to be so slight.
I mean, treat it like face tuning your actual face. Like you can always tell. Like if you have work done in life, like real life, and you see somebody, you're like, yeah, no big deal. That person had some work done. Face tuning's like that. You can tell.
Or if it's based on, the auto tune, it's like, don't go into share, do you believe in life after love auto tune? Where it's like,
Right.
whoa.
So what's
Because that's like using it to make it wacky.
right?
Don't-
use it.
don't make-
use it to
invisible.
be more you.
Yes.
Okay. Sarah says, I find cupcakes exciting and disappointing because while I'm excited for a treat, I wish I was using the carbs on sheet cake, the superior cake type.
Oof.
Oh, that's cool.
I know it's an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, that's cool that you think that.
I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I don't get the whole cupcake thing.
But
The
I mean,
fr-
how can sheet cake? The
you're on
difference between
team
sheet
sheet
cake and cupcakes is just the shape of the cake, right?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
I don't know if that's true. Actually.
Cupcakes have so much more frosting. They're their
Oh,
own
it's
thing.
the ratio. of
I
the-
think.
I mean, this is just British Bake Off talking, but isn't there a different, there's a different consistency to the batter when it's cooked in that shape?
Oh,
Like you spread it all out, it has more room to expand and do all that. But a cupcake is in a little
more
thing.
dense.
It's more dense. Thank you. I could have just said that. It's more dense.
No, I like the picture you painted.
I like the sheet. If I had a choice between a cupcake or a sheet, I'd choose a sheet.
I think I would too.
Oh my god!
I think I like the
Sarah, you're not alone.
Yeah, I think it's unanimous.
But also, I'm not opposed to cupcakes.
Right.
I feel very similar to her.
I don't really
yeah.
like the mini cupcake. Can I say that? The little one that's like a
Yeah,
Snickers
just a bite.
fun-sized cupcake.
It's like, a mini of
I don't
a
need
mini.
to fuck with that.
Hey,
They're
I don't
already
like.
small
I don't
enough.
even like cake.
Ooh.
Yeah, like
you want pie?
No nog,
Yeah.
no cake.
At a birthday party and there's cake, I just don't eat it.
I usually actually. Are you being facetious?
No, I'm being
I
truthful.
usually don't
Yeah.
either. I'm not a sweets. I'm more of a starchy guy. But
And cake is sweet upon sweet. It's icing. So
Yeah,
you're
it's
just
a
like
lot of sweet.
trying to get through the icing to get to.
so
cake
usually
that-
I only eat about a cupcake's worth of cake anyway. So
Believe
that's
me,
the
I
part.
eat
A
like
year
shit
or, like-
all the time.
No, in a
It's just
sitting.
I don't eat.
a year. That would be great.
The problem with cupcakes is the paper thing, and it becomes really messy. Same
Yep.
with muffins.
Yes,
It's
I
just
feel like
not a-
they're trying to be a handheld food.
Yeah.
but there's just no way.
No, and muffins, like fucking. Let's get real. That shit is not handheld. Like the
Let's
top
get
is.
real.
You can pull the top off a muffin, handheld, eat that, and then it's just all a matter of can you mush the inside into like a ball.
I feel wasteful
know what I
about
mean?
muffins in particular. I am only interested in the top.
Yeah.
I eat the top. I
easily
never ever eat anything that's in the paper.
Right.
It's like
It's just garbage.
I'm not excited about even eating the top, but if I'm gonna eat a muffin, I just eat if I'm just leaving a hotel and that's it. I have to eat.
Yeah.
I'll eat the top of them.
What if it's a bran muffin?
I like bran muffins.
Oh,
Oh, you were gonna.
no.
I mean, I agree with you. I hate them too.
No. I'll go for a bran muffin.
If it's all there is, that's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, if there's raisins in it, then we're talking.
Like the picture what I'm imagining is you're on your way out of a hotel and there's just a whole bunch of blueberry muffins,
Yeah.
bran muffins, and then a lot of orange slices.
And eggnog.
Right. Your classic continental breakfast.
But yeah, it's like
yeah.
toast and like
Yeah.
some bagels from a grocery store sleeve. Yeah.
Yes.
And muffins. Sheet cake it is. We love sheet cake.
We do, even though you guys don't eat cake at parties usually. Paul, are you a pie guy or just not really a sweets
I like
guy?
pie.
Did you just do the victory sign?
Well, I did the
The symbol for pie.
the 3 fingers.
and then with my eyelids, I did 3.14.
Okay, Blake Brower says, also, wow, these are coming in pairs. I never check my bag of food for mistakes when pulling out of the drive-thru. If I'm being lazy enough to sit in a drive-thru, then I just accept whatever fate has in store for me.
Say that. What was the top?
I never
Something about steaks.
I never check my bag of food for mistakes when pulling out of the
For
drive-thru.
mistakes.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, I just missed that one part.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, I don't. That's because I'm always like hyper conscious of the people behind me, and
Yeah.
I always imagine the biggest asshole behind me at all times. I'm like, oh, sorry.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So no one, I guess I don't really either.
I
think
check 100% of the time.
I think
Really?
I used to, and then I just felt like it was pretty much always right, so I stopped checking.
I do it so fast. I'm also like paranoid about like pissing off people because usually if I'm in the drive-thru of a place, it's like whatever. It's late at night. That's when I eat fast food. So, but you can just like quickly feel like, is there 3 things? And then I leave. I'm not like looking. I'm not opening it and feel like.
Right.
I'm just like quick. Oh, that's fries. 2 burger. Great. And I can.
Okay.
Then
So
I
you're
can
doing
leave.
a quick look,
quick pass.
quick pass.
All right. And lastly, Zach says, hate it when I'm in a conversation with someone and they refer to their parents just as mom or dad, not my mom, my dad, sounding as if we have the same mom or dad. For example, you wouldn't believe what mom did.
Yeah.
I have a friend who does this, so I have a soft spot in my heart for it. I don't have strong feelings about it, but I appreciate him noticing it.
I don't like it.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone do that.
I don't think it's that common, but it does bug me when I hear it.
Yeah, I can see that.
I it makes me think that my friend has, or the person I'm talking to has familiarity with their parents. That makes me happy.
I like that. I have been scolded about this in the past, and I stopped doing it because like friends made fun of me when like in college when I would do that because they would be like, "Oh, is mom coming over?" And I think my reasoning is like, if that person knows your mom, you can just say mom because they know what mom you're talking about. But yeah.
Well, what's funny
it's
is
maybe
I,
lame.
I say my mom, my dad. It's funny that when you circle back around to siblings and you're talking to your sister and you go, my dad, and you're like, ah!
That is a classic moment like that.
The paper's due tomorrow's Saturday. School thing, you know. When you're in school, when it would be like on Friday,
Yeah.
due tomorrow, and then we'd go,
Speaking of mom, Elliot, my son who's 2, calls me mom sometimes. Doesn't that seem real early to
does?
dispense with the mommy? Yeah. He's been trying on mom. He did it the other night.
My kids call me Michael. It's true.
That's
Like,
intense.
I don't think I knew that.
not Mike.
My
Mikey.
4-year-old definitely does, but sometimes my 2-year-old sometimes will be like, Michael, come read.
Okay. Well, he hasn't started that yet.
That does seem a little early, but that's not like father.
No.
They're not saying like mom does feel like a
Right.
weird. You want because you want him to stay young.
Yes, exactly. I think Daniel, I think he heard you call your mother mom, and so he's imitating you maybe. Because last night he said, "I don't want a bath, mom."
So
no bath
you
mom.
need to go back to mommy.
Yes.
Oh,
And that
God.
would fix all of this.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, what
I
about
don't
the?
know, man. That would be a weird head fuck to start calling your mom mommy again.
Well, have you ever had friends or
yes,
whatever?
it's weird.
Yeah,
Oh my God. I had a,
You have friends that do that?
I definitely like when I was in high school. I actually it was a girl that I dated for a little. She like called her parents like
Mommy and
I
daddy?
think she said mama, but then dad was daddy.
Mama is a little different.
daddy's.
I know.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't like the daddy talk, and so I was wondering how many people actually say mommy. I don't think it's too many people, but I think the daddy stuff continues. And it's a little weird.
It's very strange. This is all kind of news to me. That's like just enough.
Oh, it's a thing.
People that they're doing.
I make
this.
my 2-year-old daughter call me father.
Father, Holy One. Yes, dear.
Yes, dear.
Is there other stuff that he's saying that seems like out of age bracket? Is he like hearing other kids say stuff that he picks up or anything?
I'm trying to think.
No, I don't. Not that I know.
My favorite Philip Roth novel is Gaga Goo Goo Columbus.
I had a friend in high school, and I would go over to his house all the time. And he and his brother, who was older, had this thing where they would curl up on the couch with their mom, and they would talk baby talk to each other.
Yuck.
And I was always like, ugh, that I want to leave now, please.
Yes. Oh boy. Well, anytime I went over to somebody's house and their family got along too well, I was just like, what is going on here? And then also when they would gang up on the guests, I always thought that was a weird move, a family that would always kind of have each other's backs.
Oh wow!
I felt much more comfortable with going over to your friend's house and their siblings hate each other.
Yeah.
And they'll take your side all the time just to get at their sibling. But when it's no, I'm taking my sibling's side instead of yours, guest. It's ugh.
Yeah, that's
Odd.
I don't know if I've ever had that experience. I think I wouldn't come back.
You had real
Yes,
adversarial encounters at your friends' houses.
Yeah, it was the Manson family.
Oh, jeez.
That was the worst thing they did.
Also,
Their lack of
this might be an
social
early
politeness.
version of the fight the patriarchy, but growing up when you were with families that tease the dad, everybody gangs up on the dad. That feels right. When you'd be in families where it was gang up on mom, it was
Yeah,
what's
no.
fucking happening here? This isn't cool. She doesn't deserve this. This is odd.
I remember that there were definitely houses where the kids would gang up on the mom, and I'd be like, "Oh, this is making me sad."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I love my mommy, don't you know?
You are good boys.
Oh my gosh, you guys. This has been so much fun.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks for
you so
having me.
much
It
for
has.
coming over. I would like to give a shout out to the new Patreon people: Ulysses, Jenny, Amanda, Leslie's, Mary Jane, Brian, Scott, and Maria. And welcome. Thank you for joining my Patreon. We did a little pre-record. We were out of town. That's why it's a more robust list than usual. But thank you. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen is where you go. Jenna Kim Jones is going to be in town for one day only. And I'm going to be doing a Patreon episode with her and some other recording with her. Remember, get your tickets for Sketchfest. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram @Allison Rosen. Go to AllisonRosen.com for everything else. Michael. Oh, you guys are holding hands. What would you like to tell them about? Plug whatever you want to plug. Tell them where to find you.
Well, you can find me at Michael Cassady on Twitter, Instagram. At Don't Stop or We'll Die will hit you to the band's Instagram, or Don't Stop or We'll One on Twitter.
Oh,
and our album is out. So I guess the album, Diamond Skies Over Western Dreams, everywhere on every digital platform known to you.
Yep, that's right.
And I don't know. We have a show that's probably going to be after that, though.
No, it's not.
It'll be out.
Yeah, this is out Thursday.
Then we have a show at the Satellite Lounge on the 15th.
Here in Los Angeles.
Sunday, the 15th of December. We'll be playing with Jonah Ray, who's doing You Can't Call Me Al, which is
All right.
punk rock covers of Weird Al songs.
It's a fun club and a fun bar, and people you get together and dance, and it's a great time.
Come have a drink, have a dance,
Have a nog.
have a nog or two.
We'll have nog there.
Yeah.
We drink nog on stage every performance. I don't know. If we
Oh, it's weird that you left that out. But now it.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We love it and drink it every day.
Paul.
Oh, same. Don't Stop Roll Dies, our Instagram. Check it out.
Short and sweet.
Yeah. And I would just like to say, definitely listen to the albums because they're not just funny. They're actually listenable albums. They're good
thank you,
albums.
Dan.
They're
Yeah.
really
Thank you.
catchy tunes. Allison and I would, when we first were starting to listen, I would come home and we'd both be laughing about the same song.
Well, you turned me when we first started dating. You played "Got a Curly Perm" for my camping
Yeah,
trip.
that song
You
was,
nonstop.
that was like an earworm and
Yeah.
for a while. Yeah.
and then
but,
I
like,
played "Lily Pad on Your Doorstep"
Which just
for
fucking
you.
cracks
That
me
one just kills me.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Well, that's
Thanks,
very nice
guys.
to hear.
Yeah,
Appreciate
good
it.
stuff.
You guys are building your relationship on solid choices.
Thank you. I can't wait to hear the new one.
Well, if you like earworms, there's a song called Downstream.
Tony's pick.
I legitimately
That's
do
a
love that song.
Thaxton
But
select.
no, I do love it. But you'll see.
Bonkers. It's like the candy from the 80s. Bonkers.
Yes, exactly.
Daniel, where do we find you?
Well, you can find me at Daniel Quantz, Twitter and Instagram, and there have been a few people who've unfollowed me recently, and a lot of you still don't follow me. And this is kind of, I've
He keeps
decided.
track.
No, listen, I've decided that on December 20th, you're all going to experience a day without Quantz on Twitter. And you're going to see what it's fucking like. All right,
Line in the sand.
yeah. So
Yes.
start following me, or don't.
Yes.
Whatever. You're gonna get it.
Don't regret it.
Tony?
At Tony Thaxton on Twitter and Instagram. Bizarre Albums, my podcast every Tuesday. This week's episode is on A Twisted Christmas, the Twisted Sister Christmas album. And then, yeah, I'll be obviously playing at the Satellite on Saturday in LA with these guys, but I'm also I'm double duty that night. I'm playing with Jonah Ray that night as well. And then the Motion City soundtrack tour starts on New Year's Eve. And those tickets, some tickets are still available. Depends where you live. There you go.
Exciting. That's cool.
That is cool. Will he get a tree? We'll find out in
my
February.
God.
I feel like actually you said no, but
I mean, I have a
But
tree.
still.
Will I get it out?
that's right.
Yes.
Everyone, thank you for being on the show. Listeners, thank you for listening. I love you. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen show? We had a good time, but now we gotta go. Yeah, Allison Rosen.